Not every TikTok artist is trash. I wanted to speak on this as a young musician myself who's just getting going, and as somebody who uses TikTok and other social media platforms for my audience building strategy. And you know, I don't think my music is trash. Let this be an invitation to you if you're watching this. Check out my music. I increasingly have a problem with the term TikTok artist, which gets thrown around a lot these days, usually as a negative. As I understand it, when somebody calls a musician a TikTok artist, the term is used condescendingly, as if the TikTok artists are separate from the real artists. I hope to get across that there actually is no separation between those groups, at least among the serious creatives, and that it comes down to assumptions and biases that people have that are TikTok specific and not art specific. What are the offenses that would make somebody a TikTok artist? Yes, presumably they're promoting their stuff on TikTok. But that by itself does not make somebody a TikTok artist. Y'all can help me with this in the comments, but as I see it, a TikTok artist is such because in their content, they seem inauthentic, shallow, visibly reliant on the platform's trends and on other people's work, clout chasing, artistically unremarkable in the long term, like a one-trick pony, uses social media as a crutch, and yes, that big scary word, cringe. I want to point out that those things are not intrinsically related to the art itself that they're promoting. They can be, but really they refer more to the manner in which that art is promoted. I think consumers, like the kind of people who would comment, TikTok artist, they have more of an issue with how it's presented than what is being presented. Like if you, dear viewer, thank you for being here. If you are not an artist yourself, put yourself in our shoes for a second. Why would we want to use TikTok? To reach more people and further our career interests. I put up videos on TikTok nearly every day. And though I have figured out ways to streamline that process, it still takes up considerable hours of my time over the course of a week or a month. I am a solo DIY artist and I have to do everything all by myself. But if I didn't reach anybody on TikTok, those hours and hours of work would not be worth it. I put in that energy because it works and it's worth it. I think a lot of non-artists don't realize that these days, posting on TikTok and playing the social media game generally is something that we basically have to do if you want to have an audience. Music promo people will tell you straight up that this is something that you have to do. Like, you're shooting yourself in the foot if you don't do it. And it requires consistency and posting a lot of different kinds of stuff over a long, sustained period of time. But if you actually want to reach people on that specific platform, you can't just post anything. You have to play the TikTok game. And TikTok has its own algorithm and functionality and trends and social cues. And this will necessarily impact everything about your videos. Length, visuals, caption, video quality, the content itself. And so far, for me, posting on TikTok has worked. My audience is bigger now than it was. And it's taken months of promotion that I have to continue. But if I hadn't posted, there would have been no comparable change in my numbers. Guaranteed. But I want to emphasize that for the serious musicians, it's sort of a problematic term, I guess, the music comes before the promotion strategy. I don't write music for the algorithm. I write the music I want to as an artist, and later I formulate ideas on how to promote that music compellingly. So for me, I mix up a variety of short form video types. I do like performance videos where I'm just like mouthing along, clips of music videos, clips of vlogs that I make for this YouTube channel, and also like music theory demonstrations of ideas in my songs. And there's one comment I received on a YouTube short one time that I want to talk about. The video being a theory-related demonstration for my song Hoes Mad. And the comment said, "No, it sounds forced. Do it better. Don't just be a gimmick. Be tasteful, not TikTok garbage." And yeah, like this comment is probably bait, but it sums up pretty well a cultural perspective that's appeared recently in this TikTok era. That comment is insinuating that I made that song and that video just for the interests of the algorithm. That what I was doing was a gimmick and inartistic, and that I was sacrificing taste and artistry by conforming to TikTok garbage. But of course, that simply wasn't true. The song came before the video, and for my promotion, I created that video, among numerous others, to point out some quirks in that song that I think are interesting to entice people to listen to it. I make the videos in order to lead people to listen to the song. That is the ultimate goal, consumption of my art. I am not an influencer or a clout chaser. I am an artist, and I'm absolutely authentic in my videos. And I think you'll find that my attitude and my aesthetics are consistent. Point being, there are tons of people on the internet today that see any social media promotion of music as inartistic and attention hungry. And to them, it really doesn't matter what your content consists of. And that if you're on TikTok or YouTube Shorts or whatever, you're not a real artist in the way that previous generations were. And dude, like this is just not true. I shouldn't have to explain to y'all that the game is changing and that we as artists have had to evolve our strategies to build a career and an audience. And just because you have a problem with the platform and the content doesn't mean that we're not authentic and serious in our work. And look, yes, there's like a lot of bad art that gets promoted on TikTok, but there's always been bad art. There always will be bad art. And at this point in history, a lot of that bad art is promoted on TikTok. It's not necessarily made for TikTok, some of it is, but it's consumed on TikTok. I would encourage people to not count artists out just because they're on TikTok, because I guarantee you that game-changing musicians that will lead music into the future are promoting their stuff on TikTok right now, because that's the nature of the game at the moment. And some people are missing out on the opportunity to be early on them because they think that the real artists couldn't possibly be on TikTok. We're not a joke. Art is not dead, and TikTok is just a tool. Do not count us out.